Good morning, children. In my last class, we discussed about the president election. Today, we will discuss about the emoluments and immunities. In this topic, we are going to discuss about the salary, the allowances, and what facilities are being enjoyed by the President of India. The President of India draws a monthly salary of 5 lakhs and some allowances are also there. Allowances means extra things for that allowances are being provided, like houses are residences with well furnished residences there, then vehicles are being provided. Apart from that, lots of facilities are there, and his official residence is the Rashtrapati Bhavan of New Delhi. After the retirement also, the president enjoys some facilities. It is entitled to a pension of 1.5 lakh per month throughout the year. Besides, she and or he gets a free residence, establishment charges once a president shifts from Rashtrapati Bhavan to residence. It also gets the establishment charges, free medical treatments, and also mobile phones and internet, etc. The main topic which we are going to discuss today is the power and functions of president, which is very, very important for you children. First, we will discuss about the executive powers. Executive powers means where some important appointments are being done by the President of India. That is, who are those executives who are being appointed by the President of India? Yes, all the administrative decisions are taken in her name. We all know that president is the nominal head, and all the bills are getting signatured by the president, and all the administrative decisions are also being taken, and only the consent or the signature is being done by the president. So this is very important, children. He makes also important appointments, which I just now told you, that important executives are being appointed by president. Who are those? Prime Minister, Council of Ministers. These Council of Ministers are being decided actually by Prime Minister, but actually the appointment is done by President of India. Chief Justice, Judges of Supreme Court, High Court, Controller and Auditor General of India, and Attorney General of India. These are the important departments whose heads are being appointed by the President of India. It also appoints the members of Election Commission, Finance Commission, and he or she is the Supreme Commander of India's Defence Forces. Please note it down, children, that you will get a question, who is the Supreme Commander of Defence Forces? President. He has also the right to be kept informed about all the decisions of the Council of Ministers to the Prime Minister. So, via Prime Minister, the Council of Ministers should inform all the things, what decisions they are taking, what important steps they are taking, all should be informed to the President through Prime Minister. So we can say that Prime Minister is an important link between Council of Ministers and President. Next is your legislative power. Legislative power. President is the integral part of Indian Parliament. President can summon, prorogue and address the two houses of the Parliament. Yes, if a joint session is taking place, the President can address the two houses of the Parliament. Every year, the first session of the Parliament begins with his or her address. In the name of President, the session starts. He or she can dissolve the Lok Sabha before the expiry of the normal term. Yes, the normal term is 5 years, but it can be dissolved before the term. So he or she can dissolve the Lok Sabha before the term. If she or he is advised by the Prime Minister. No bill passed by both houses of the Parliament becomes a law without his or her consent. Yes, children, when we were discussing about the bill procedure, which bills has to be passed by Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, how it has to be passed, there we discussed that any bill becomes a law only after the consent of the President. Without the consent of the President, no bill can become a law. This is also very important. Prior approval of the President is essential before a money bill is introduced in Lok Sabha. When we were discussing about the financial power, we discussed that money bill should be introduced in Lok Sabha only after the approval of President. 12 members of Rajya Sabha are nominated by the President, which are distinguished persons. When we were discussing about composition of Rajya Sabha, there we discussed that President has the power to nominate 12 members. There I discussed already what is the difference between nomination and elected and nominated. He, she can also nominate 2 Anglo-Indians to the Lok Sabha if the community is not properly or adequately represented. Next we come to financial power. The annual budget of the country is presented in the Parliament in the name of President. Every year a budget is being presented in the Parliament, but it is in the name of President. Similarly, all money bills also requires his or her approval before they are introduced. He has the power to appoint members of Finance Commission in case certain extraordinary situation arises. The President can sanction money to the government out of contingency fund to meet the situation. This is also very important, children, because a question can come that who issues money to the government out of contingency fund? Answer will be President, right? Or it can ask you in extraordinary situation, the President can sanction money out of which fund? The answer will be contingency fund. So this is some of the important powers, financial powers of the President. Let's come to judicial power. All the judges of the Supreme Court and High Court, including the Chief Justice, are appointed by the President. We will go through in detail when we will be discussing about judiciary, the next coming chapter. On the appeal for mercy, the President has the power to reduce the sentence or grant pardon or amnesty. He can change the death sentence or he can postpone it also. Yes. If any person has been punished and has been given death sentence or life imprisonment, then President has the power to reduce the punishment, reduce the sentence, or can change the death sentence into life imprisonment also, or can postpone it also. There are lots of examples there. You must be remembering about Mumbai bomb blast case. There, an appeal was been sent and request was sent to the president to postpone the death sentence, but it was not been accepted by the president. Even in Nirbhaya's case also, many such requests were sent to the president to postpone the death sentence or to convert the death sentence into a life imprisonment. But it was not been accepted by the president because the things which were done, it was against the norms of the society. So, whenever the president decides such things, it keeps in mind always that on what such cases one has been punished. That matters a lot. Otherwise, every will do a crime and request for the mercy from the president. So, it is always kept in mind all those things in the interest of the society. Next is your emergency power, which is very, very important for you. In case of extraordinary situations in the country or in one or more states, the president has been given emergency powers. One is national emergency. Second is when there is a breakdown of law and order in a state. And then third is financial emergency, when there is a financial crisis. So you would have heard about Article 352, 356 and 360. So all these three articles deals with national emergency, your financial emergency, and also the breakdown of constitutional machinery in the state. So national emergency arises when a country is threatened by war or external aggression or internal armed rebellion. Then the president can declare a state emergency. That means if the country has been threatened by other country or there has been an internal disturbances within the country, then the president can declare a state of emergency for the whole country, for the entire country. Next is breakdown of law and order in a state. If the government of a state is not been running according to the provisions of the constitution, the president can declare emergency in that state, and that is only called imposition of president's rule, and that is been declared by president, but the governor gives the recommendations to the president, and then the president declares whether emergency should be declared in that particular state or not. And if it is declaring emergency, then it is called president's rule. And when it happens, when there is a breakdown of law and order in a state, that means the government is not working according to the provisions of the constitution. The third is financial emergency. When the financial stability of the country is threatened, when there is a financial crisis, the president can declare a state of financial emergency. So the emergency powers of the president are not absolute. He or she can declare a state of emergency only on the written advice of the Council of Ministers. Everything goes in written form. Although the position of the President of India is just nominal, the Constitutional recognizes his or her position as one of the authority, and it occupies a prestigious position and place in the Indian Constitution. Yes, children, President may be the nominal head. The real power is vested in the hands of Prime Minister. But still, President occupies a very prestigious position in the Indian Constitution. So children, these are your important powers of the president. You can get the question in general also, that explain the powers and functions of the president. Then you will write all the powers in brief. In short, you have to just discuss. For example, like executive, you just write that all the important executive heads are being appointed by the president. And you will give some examples like Prime Minister, Council of Ministers, Chief Justice, judges of the Supreme Court. Like that, in legislative powers also, you will write first point that any bill cannot become a law without the consent of the president. Then it nominates 12 members of Rajya Sabha and 2 Anglo-Indians to the Lok Sabha. In financial powers, you will write in short that any bill, money bill presented in Lok Sabha requires the approval of the president, and it is presented in the parliament in the name of president. Judicial power, just now I discussed that president has the power to reduce the sentence or can grant pardon or can change the death sentence into a life imprisonment or can postpone it also. Emergency power, where I discussed about Article 352, 356, 360, where we discussed about national emergency, breakdown of constitutional machinery of the state, and also financial emergency. So in general, if it is asking you the question that explain the powers and functions, you are going to explain all the powers in brief. But children, many times you will get a question that explain the financial powers of the president. Then you have to write only the financial powers. Okay? So please go through the powers and functions of the president, which is very, very important for you. Thank you, children.